race to join Birmingham City in the Championship is hot to a bloody trot with not only 2 but now 3 names in the mix. What am I telling you? Well, all about it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video today. It's all about Matchday number 44, that's right, in League One. And we'll get to that in a second. Of course, if you're new, where you've been, smash your subscribe button. What's up, shop for Blackburn Rovers, League One, World Football. We're going to all hear under one rooski. Of course, yes, Birmingham are there. They're promoted champions, la-dee-fucking-nah, that's right. But who will join them? Will it be Wycombe currently in second spot? Will it be Wrexham currently in third? Or will it be Charlton? That's right. Maybe, just maybe, there's even others still in the mixer for that second automatic spot. We'll take a close look all of it in a second. Big shout out to the members, big shout out to the patrons, of course. Make sure you do us a favour and smash the like and hit the old subscribe, boys and girls. Today we're going to revisit those results that did take place on this past Easter Friday, Good Friday, and now let's look forward to what's happening this coming Easter Monday. So sit tight, hold on, let's get into it then. Of course, recap the results, and here they are, a little bit new on the screen. Kicking it off with a 0-0 draw between Exeter and Burton, pointing the bag for Burton as they tried to keep themselves above water. Meanwhile, Birmingham can only draw with Crawley 0-0, but they're already promoted. They don't give two shits. Meanwhile, Wycombe with a massive 2-0 win over Bolton. That's right, to put Bolton right in the thick of things there. Goodness gracious me. Wycombe 2-0 winners, that's right. Charlton 2-1 win over Northampton Town. Turned it right around, didn't they? Cambridge also with a massive 2-1 win at the foot of the table. The Orient 7-goal thriller against new manager bounce Barnsley. 4-3 at Brisbane Road. Peterborough with a draw against Stockport 1-1. On the night, Lincoln with the one that went away to Reading to put them in a bit of a pickle for their race for their playoffs. Meanwhile, Rotherham 3 and Mansfield Town 3. 6-goal Bobby Dazzler there. Wigan with a 1-0 win away to Shrewsbury, got that one close to the money. Blackpool with a 3-1 win over Stevenage. Are they out of it? Not just yet. It could be all over. They do have a game in hand, so maybe, just maybe, the Stevie Bruce effect could get Blackpool promoted. And of course, Wrexham won and Bristol Rovers won. What a game, what a weekend. And it's only halfway finished. Let's take a look at the table. As you see, it is Birmingham, of course, cruising, absolutely cruising. Wycombe are in second spot right now, 84 points. They are one better off than Wrexham right now, picked the same games. But of course, Charlton are next up the clock there on 4th spot, and of course Wycombe taking on Charlton this coming Easter Monday to give themselves a chance not to get into the top 2 now, but at least close the door to make it a real viable option. We'll see though. Stockport County also looking to see what happens in that game. The Orient, they're up to 6th spot. It is pretty much the top 3 there, well, 3rd or 5th, pretty much guaranteed at least a playoff spot, you would imagine. I think they can. I don't think they'd be caught, to be honest. But it is that 6th spot, and that 6th spot is up for grabs. Blackpool have a game in hand. They could get up to 66 points, and then who bloody knows? That's right. The Orient currently in the driving seat on goal difference. Reading dropping out this past weekend. Shrewsbury, they're down. That's confirmed. They cannot catch Burton. Albion, of course. Crawley could be next to hit the drops, with Cambridge also in a bit of a pickle as well. It is getting a little bit tight. Bristol Rovers well and truly in the mix. It is going crazy over there. Meanwhile, what else is going on? It is the link here for the Prediction League. Keep on going, keep your thing. We'll bring you bang up to that when we enter the playoff stages. But these are the next round of games coming at you this coming Monday. No rest for the wicked. And it is Barnsley up against Peterborough, kicking all us off on the normal kickoffs there, 3 o'clock kickoffs, whatever it is. It is Barnsley, of course, with new manager Conor Hoonahane at the helm. They sit 12th right now, 1 win in the last 6 matches. Up against Peterborough, Darren Ferguson sits 17th in the table, 49 points for the season. Back-to-back games now are unbeaten. They played Barnsley 28 times since 1993, 14 wins Barnsley, 10 wins for Peterborough. There's been 4 draws between the two sides. Now, the last time that they played at Oakwell was a 3-1 win for Peterborough way back in August 2023. The reverse fixture this campaign at Peterborough was a 3-1 win for Barnsley as well. Meanwhile, Barnsley on the back of that 4-3 loss, 7-goal thriller against Leyton Orient at Brisbane Road. Peterborough picking up a 1-1 draw against Stockport County. The odds, though, for this one go in favour of the new manager bounce. That's Conor Hoonahane. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win as well. There was a bit of fight in the tank, but they just got outdone by a Richie Wellens side who's not given up just yet. Meanwhile, Blackpool must win against Wrexham coming to at Bloomfield Road. That's right, Stevie Bruce's boys are 10th with 63 points for the season. They've won 4 of the last 5 up against Wrexham, and Phil Parkinson has just won once of the last 4. They sit 3rd right now, 83 points for the season, and have played Blackpool 7 times since 2003. There's been 3 wins apiece, and there's been 1 draw between the two sides. Now, the last time they played at Blackpool in the league, it was a 2-1 win for Blackpool way back in November 2004, goodness gracious me. The reverse fixture this season in Wales, it was a 2-1 win for Wrexham way back in December 2024. Blackpool, though, on the back of a 3-1 win over Stevenage, goodness gracious me. Wrexham, though, on the back of back-to-back draws, that's right. Coming at you, the bookies odds for this one. It is tight, very, very tight, could go either way, could even be a draw. Gone with a 2-1 win, Steve Bruce effect. Get that in your veins, you bloody Welshies. Meanwhile, Bristol Rovers taking on Stevenage, coming at you over at Memorial Stadium. Bristol Rovers under Ignal Calderon. They look toast right now, 21st on the table, 43 points for the season, 8% form though. Taking on a pretty much out of form Stevenage. They look safe as houses though, 15th for the table, 52 points for the season, just one win though in the last 6. Now they played 8 times these two sides since 2015. 2 wins Bristol Rovers, 4 wins Stevenage. There's been 2 draws between the two sides. Now the last time they played over at Bristol Rovers, it was a 1-1 draw way back in October 2023. The reverse fixture this season at Stevenage, 3-0 win as it was for Stevenage back in December. Stevenage though losing to Blackpool last time around. Bristol Rovers could only draw against Wrexham in Wrexham, so maybe a good point in the bag, you would imagine. The bookies odds though for this one, they go in favour of Bristol Rovers. They're desperate for points. I've gone with a 1-0 win as well to give them a bit of a boost. Meanwhile, Burton taking on Birmingham at the Pirelli, that's right, coming at you on the 21st of April. Burton under Gary Bowyer, they sit 20th right now, 43 points for the season, just one defeat in the last 4. Up against Birmingham, back-to-back games now without a win. They still sit top. Of course, they're going to be top, 96 points for the season. They're home and dry. They played Burton 8 times since 2015. They've lost, Burton have actually won 4 of them. Birmingham have won 3 of them, and there's been 1 draw between these two sides. Now, the last time they played at the Pirelli competitively in the league, it was a 2-1 win for Burton way back in August 2017. That was in the Championship. The reverse fixture at St Andrews was 2-0 win for Birmingham back on Boxing Day. Burton on the back of that 0-0 draw against Exeter. Back-to-back clean sheets for Burton. Birmingham on the back of that 2-0 loss. A 0-0 draw against Crawley. Back-to-back games now without a goal for Birmingham. The odds for this one, Birmingham fancy, but Burton got more to fight for, so I'm going to go with a 1-0 win as well. Surprise, surprise, Burton getting a win over the champions as well. Cambridge up against Leyton Orient. Again, everything on the line on this one. Cambridge under Neil Harris. Bit of fight in the tank there. 22nd in the table, 38 points for the season. Just 1 defeat in the last 6 matches for Cambridge up against Leyton Orient. Under Richie Wellens, they won 3 on the spin. Just 1 defeat in the last 6. They sit 6th with 69 points. That's right, 69 points, dude. 18 times they have played since 2003. 5 wins Cambridge, 7 wins Orient. There's been 6 draws between the two sides. Now, the last time they played at Cambridge was a 2-0 win for the Orient back on New Year's Day 2024. The reverse fixture at Brisbane Road this season, 2-0 win as it was for Leyton Orient back in December. Now, Leyton Orient have actually won 3 on the bounce against Cambridge, and that's 3 2-0s on the bounce. Will they get a 4 2-0 on the bounce? Well, we'll see. Cambridge on the back of that 2-1 win over Huddersfield. Orient on the back of that 7-goal thriller against Barnsley, winning 4-3 in the end. The bookies go with the Orient. It is tight. I've gone with a 3-2 goal fest once again. The Orient with another win to make it 4 on the bounce against Cambridge. Crawley Town, they're taking on Exeter City, coming at Crawley. Scott Lindsay's boys are 23rd right now, 37 points for the season. They do look like they're going to go down. Up against Exeter under Gary Caldwell, they are 14th for the table, 53 points for the season. Just 1 defeat in the last 5 matches. Now, they played Crawley 24 times since 2004. 4 wins Crawley, 13 wins Exeter. There's been 7 draws between the two sides. Now, the last time they played over at Crawley, it was a 3-1 win for Exeter back in October 2021. The reverse fixture this season was an 8-goal thriller, 4-4 it was back in December. Exeter on the back of that 0-0 draw against Burton. Crawley also on the back of that 0-0 draw against Birmingham. The odds for this one, Crawley are expected to get the W. Exeter not so much. Going with a 1-0 win as well for Crawley. It looks like a big weekend for the teams down the foot of the table. Meanwhile, Lincoln City up against Bolton. Bolton look like a wounded animal right now. Of course, Lincoln under Michael Skabula on a bit of form, but I think it's going to be too far away. It's too far, I think, for them to gate crash the playoffs this year. Just 1 defeat in the last 6 for Lincoln up against Bolton under 3 defeats on the spin for Schumacher's boys. They played 10 times in 2010, 1 for Lincoln, 8 for Bolton. There's been 1 draw between the two sides last time around over at Lincoln at Central Bank. It was a 1-0 win for Bolton way back in December 2023. The reverse fixture this season at Bolton, it was a 3-0 win for Bolton. Bolton also beating Lincoln at Central Bank this season in the EFL Trophy to make it, they actually got 4 wins on the bounce against Lincoln and 4 clean sheets on the bounce as well. They're unbeaten, in fact, against them in the last 6. Bolton, though, losing to Wycombe most recently. Lincoln picking up that 1-0 win away to Reading. Goodness gracious me. The odds, though, they'll go with Bolton, not me, though. Back in Lincoln, 2-0 winners to get a hoodoo off their back. That is Bolton. Mansfield Town taking on Reading. That's right. Coming at you at Mansfield. Nigel Clough's boys seem to be safe as houses as well. 48 points for the season. Winless, though, in the last 4 matches up against Reading and Noel Hunt, who sits 7th. Just 1 defeat in the last 4 matches. They played Mansfield just the once, 2024, and it was the reverse fixture at the Matchday, and it was a 2-1 win for Reading, goodness gracious me. This Reading on the back of that, the Royals on the back of that 1-0 loss to Lincoln most recently, back-to-back games now without a goal, up against Mansfield Town, who picked up a 3-3 draw against Rotherham. They scored actually 5 goals in the last 2 matches, have Mansfield, but only come away with a point. The odds for this one, Mansfield are actually fancy for the victory here. Reading not so much. I've gone with a 2-1 away win for Reading to get themselves back in contention for that 6th spot to make a mad Easter Monday. Meanwhile, Northampton Town against Shrewsbury down and out under Michael Appleton and Northampton Town but Kevin Nolan. They seem to be back next season. Now they played 21 times since 2004, 7 wins Northampton, 8 wins Shrewsbury. There's been 6 draws between the two sides. Now these two sides last played at Sixfields. It was a 2-0 win for Shrewsbury back in January 2024. The reverse fixture this season at Shrewsbury, it was a 1-1 draw back in December. Shrewsbury actually unbeaten against Northampton over the last 3, picking up 2 wins and that 1 draw. Northampton, though, did lose to Charlton most recently, and Shrewsbury also losing to Wigan last time around. The odds right here right now, Northampton Town expect to get the W from the bookies. I've gone with a 1-0 win as well to boost their chances to climb up the table and finish the season strongly. Meanwhile, Stockport County up against Huddersfield Town. Stockport under David Shannon are 5th right now, 78 points for the season. They are winless. They are unbeaten in the last 5 matches. They've won 4 and drawn just the 1. Up against Huddersfield Town and John Worthington, 9th in the table, 64 points for the season. The playoffs seem to be out of reach. Just 1 win of the last 6. In fact, they've lost 5 of the last 6. Now, they played Stockport 20 times since 1997. 9 wins for Huddersfield, 4 wins Stockport. There's been 7 draws between the two sides. Now, the last time they played at Stockport, it was a 6-0 win for Huddersfield way back in April 2010. The reverse fixture this season, a 1-0 win for Huddersfield back on Boxing Day. Stockport, though, on the back of that draw against Peterborough. Huddersfield losing to Cambridge at home. Goodness gracious me. The odds right here, right now. Stockport expect to get the W. I'm going with a 2-0 win as well to keep them victorious at Edgeley Park. Meanwhile, Wigan against Rotherham coach at the DW. Wigan under Ryan Lowe, they sit 16th right now, 50 points for the season. Just 1 defeat in the last 6. Next season, it's Wigan's season. Up against Rotherham under Matthew Hormshaw at the helm. Don't know what's going on with them and their managerial hunt. Back-to-back games without a win for Rotherham. They sit 13th with 55 points. Now, they played Wigan 18 times in 2003. 10 wins for Wigan, 4 wins for Rotherham. There's been 4 draws between the two sides. Now, the last time they played at the DW, it was a 0-0 draw way back in May 2023. The reverse fixture at the New York Stadium was a 1-0 win for Wigan back on Boxing Day this season. Wigan also winning against Shrewsbury earlier in the weekend. That's actually been back-to-back clean sheets for Wigan. Rotherham on the back of that 3-3 draw against Mansfield to make it back there. They've actually conceded 6 goals in the last 2 games combined. The odds though for this one is tight, but Wigan just about edge it. Going with a 2-1 win for Ryan Lowe. 3 points in the bag. And the way they go. Then finally, we wrap it all up at Adams Park. It is a ding-dong classic. It should be a kick-off all on its own, but it isn't. It's Wycombe. It is Charlton. It's at Adams Park. Of course, Wycombe under Mike Dodds. They sit 2nd, 84 points for the season, just 1 defeat in the last 6 matches. Up against Charlton and Nathan Jones, just 1 defeat in the last 6 matches. They played 14 times in 2006, 4 wins Wycombe, 8 wins for Charlton. There's been 2 draws between the two sides. Now, the last time they played over at Adams Park, it was a 1-0 win for Wycombe back in April 2024. The reverse fixture at the Valley, it was a 2-1 win for Charlton back in December. Charlton under the back of a 2-1 win against Northampton Town most recently. The last away match was a 1-0 win over a pretty good Cambridge at the moment. Meanwhile, Wycombe on the back of that 2-0 win over Bolton, away, back-to-back. They've got 3 clean sheets on the spin of Wycombe. They might not be winning by big, but they're winning just enough. And they're making it difficult for teams against them. Wycombe are favoured for the victory on this one, but not me. I'm backing Nathan Jones's boys with a 2-1 upset to really put this automatic race well on track for an absolute barnstorming finish. This is what the table will look like at the end of it. Of course, Birmingham cannot be caught. Wycombe still in 2nd spot. Wrexham closing in on them, and then Charlton making it right old spicy towards the bitter end. Even Stockport County are in that mixer as well. Going down though, Shrewsbury toast, Cambridge pretty much toast. In fact, would there be toast? No, there'd still be just alive as we enter the final stages of the season. That is it, guys. Make sure you get your predictions in as well. We look forward to seeing you come back. Of course, we've got not too long or wait till the next one of the games. But until then, smash your like, subscribe. I'll catch you later. We're done.